Hello folks and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my tried and tested method from turning loops into finished tracks. I know what it's like repeating an 8-bar over and over again, and this is a system I've used for almost 6 years to make sure all my tracks get sketched out.
Syntho.
So if you remember correctly, we have this loop. And we also added this lead, which is cool. I've simply just duplicated this initial section by pressing Command D, and it duplicates like that. So now we've already got one section without the lead, and then a section with the lead. So when people talk about arranging, how do you arrange and all this kind of stuff, you literally just take 8 bars, duplicate it and do another 8 bars and either add something, develop a melody, add some effects. You can take things away. It's always about addition and subtraction. It's not always about adding more stuff. And it's just a matter of doing that and then doing it again, then doing it again. And before you know it, you've got 6 minutes of a track. So now we've got 16 bars. And then I've got this little section here. So if you remember, we had this vocal that went like this.
Understanding communication between the different age brackets.
And this could be amazing to just let it play on its own during a break. So I'm thinking we could literally just pull all the elements out and have a breakdown that goes like this. I've also added in this hat here. So essentially that's actually another section. So I'm going to duplicate this and put this after the drop. And that means we've now got a different phrase to what we had before. So in my opinion, these sections here are enough to try and do some kind of arrangement. Let's begin the arrangement. So what I'm going to do is go in here and press this record button. I've literally arranged tracks like this for 6-7 years, and it's still the best way in my opinion. I'm actually going to let this play for 16 bars because there's such a nice ambience in there. We don't need to always do choppy changes. Could mute the kick like this. And again, I'm going to let this play for like 32. I think we can stretch things out when it's like this. And we could do some automation on that lead. A nice little synth on top of here would be cool as well. And again, I think we could have 32 here because we can do a lot of automation. Add some effects. We could mute the bass if we wanted in a sec. So that hat coming in. And let it keep playing. And then at 65, I'm going to mute that lead. And then we've got these hats now in with no lead, and that's a different section we've had earlier in the track. So you ready? And there we could maybe have like a chord come in or some kind of ARP, which is similar to that one but a different kind of sound. And then I'm going to mute the kick now. We could do some kind of filler effect here and then drop back in to that lead. Take the hat out. Super easy. And look, we've now got 2 minutes 45 almost. I'll bring that hat back in. So what I do once I've got this sketched out, I'll do Command A. Let's move this to 32 if we can. You really want to shuffle it along as far as possible. And again, I can already see we just need to have this whole groove here. I would just duplicate this to the start. And then take out the bass. So let's take the perks out potentially. I want to take out some elements from the introduction. Can we take the break out?
I guess it's pretty, I guess it's pretty,
So maybe we can add the break. Yeah, I think we can have the snares come in together there. Let's get rid of this vocal. And as well, we can reduce the frequency of these, I think. So maybe we could just have this like that. I always keep in mind that when this is well mixed, like this intro could sound super, super nice. And with the intro, you just need to make sure it sounds interesting enough that people want to listen. But you're just also being logical that, you know, people are just mixing into this bit in the club, so make sure it's mix friendly.
I guess it's pretty,
I think they could be louder. So we could have this vocal evolving before this drops, so it goes.
I guess it's pretty, understanding the communication between the different age.
I can already see how we can duplicate this vocal and do some more crazy shit. We can take the vocal out there. So I'm going to do a filter on this lead. I want it to come in from maybe 41. Show automation. And let's go. If you press the option button on the Mac, you can do this bendy line like this. Maybe you could do a bit of a cutout for everything here. Because then maybe the open hat could come in there. You could just go like this. But not this one. Like this actual sound. We'll pitch it down like. I think it's a really good idea as it's playing to just smash some ideas out. Don't be thinking, okay, I'm going to wait till the end, listen to it 20 times over, then decide to add things. It gets really uninspiring then. So again, with these send and returns, let's do that. Let's get an auto filter on here. So it has a bit of a modulation. I think we could add another open hat though that goes straight. So I'm going to go, let's rename this open hat. And let's try a 606 open hat. This, and I'm going to do right click, group to a drum rack. And I'm also going to put a closed hat in here by the 606. Just so I've got the option if I want to try and pick the groove up. Let's see if we can put in a nice hi-hat groove. Let's see if we can do anything like. That's cool. Let's duplicate it and create some kind of call and response. So we've got... That's nice. And we can also latch these together. So to latch the drums inside of here, to get this old school drum sound, you hit this button here. And then we click this I/O button. And then if you choke them together, they don't play it over the top of each other. When one plays, the other one will cut out. So let me show you this effect. Yeah, you can hear how it's like sharper. So the ones at the start of the bar, the open ones cut out when the closed ones hit. That's pretty fucking cool. So I'm going to use a phaser on here, try and get a bit of weirdness. Dead subtle. Put the frequency up. I think some pan as well. So let's go for Pan Man by Sound Toys. Let's just go for minimum width, so it's not too much. And then let's drench it in some reverb. We just want to make sure these aren't overlapping, so let's solo this, solo this. I think maybe this one we should mute that. See how they're now not clashing? That's how you want to do it. So what I now would do is go onto the lead. We want to automate this with a lot of effect. Click onto this, bring this right down. And just think, where can we start with this sound? Because ideally we want to bring a lot of the effects up as it builds up. Easy. So without even listening to the track, I could click show automation here and just click this, and then create some kind of build up like this on that. But if we do some kind of dips down, you can record this in live if you've got some kind of controller, but sometimes you just need to go like this. So we could copy and paste that. If you click this plus button here, we can copy and paste this effect and hit on a different effect like this, and we could do this, duplicate this at a different point, and the same with that. We could put this one at this point. Oops. So now, so you see how now they're all in different lines? So now we're going to get this all effects going up and down without really having to do much work. So since this. So what we're doing now is duplicate this vocal, and we're going to have one specifically just for the breakdown. So I'm going to delete all of this, delete this, and what we're going to do is solo it and think about how can we make this sound epic. Crystallizer is a really good effect by Sound Toys. This has the craziest presets inside of it, which we can go like, let's go echo reverse, for example. Look at that, straight away. And what I would do is I would have that duplicated. We can have a few of these. So turn this one off. I'm going to use an auto filter to be able to build this up. So click show automation. So we can go. And I want to take some more low end out this one so it sits a bit higher in the mix. And we're also going to use Micro Shift by Sound Toys to make it sit super wide. And we're going to use full reverb on this one. We can turn this louder as well. That is part one of the arrangement. What I like to do is get the track sketched out in what I would class as phase 1. And this means you could probably test it out. You could probably play it, get some feedback. But phase 2 is when we look at things like, your build-ups, your fills, fine-tuning the end of the bars, etc. And that's what we're going to do in the next part. So if you've got any questions on this bit, pop them below. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next part.
Syntho.